Title: The Photograph. Emma was cleaning out her late grandmother's attic when she stumbled upon an old wooden chest. Dust covered its surface, and the brass lock was tarnished with age. It took her a moment to pry it open, and when she did, a faint smell of lavender and old paper wafted out. Inside the chest were stacks of letters, a few delicate scarves, and an old photograph tucked into a yellowed envelope. The photograph was black and white, slightly faded at the edges. It showed a young woman, her dark curls falling perfectly around her face, her eyes bright with life. Next to her stood a man, his arm wrapped protectively around her shoulders, his smile wide and genuine. Emma turned the photograph over. On the back, in elegant handwriting, were the words, "Anna and Samuel, June 1943. Anna was Emma's grandmother, but Emma had never heard of Samuel. She stared at the photograph, questions swirling in her mind. Who was Samuel? What had happened to him? And why had her grandmother, who had married someone else, kept this photograph hidden away? Curiosity gnawed at her. Emma decided to dig deeper. Later that evening, Emma sat down with her mother, the photograph in hand. "Mom, do you know who Samuel is?" she asked. Her mother frowned, taking the photograph and studying it. "I've never seen this before," she said. "Your grandmother never mentioned anyone named Samuel. She always talked about meeting your grandfather during the war. Do you think he was someone she loved before Grandpa?" Emma asked softly. Her mother hesitated. "It's possible, but your grandmother was a private person. If she kept this hidden, there must have been a reason." Unable to let it go, Emma visited the town library the next day. She sifted through old newspapers and records, searching for any mention of Anna and Samuel. After hours of searching, she found an article dated July 1943. The headline read, "Local couple plans wedding before deployment." The article detailed how Samuel, a soldier in the army, was set to marry Anna just weeks before he was scheduled to leave for Europe. The photograph in the article was the same one Emma had found, but there was no mention of a wedding in subsequent editions. Instead, a few weeks later, another headline caught her eye. "Tragedy strikes young soldier on eve of wedding." Emma's heart sank as she read the article. Samuel had been killed in a car accident on his way to meet Anna. The wedding never happened. Emma couldn't stop thinking about how devastated her grandmother must have been. She imagined Anna, young and full of dreams, losing the man she loved just as they were about to start their lives together. She wondered how her grandmother had found the strength to move on, to love again, to build the family that Emma was now part of. That weekend, Emma visited her grandmother's grave. She brought the photograph with her, placing it gently on the headstone. "I found this in the attic," Emma said aloud, her voice trembling. "I just wanted you to know. I understand now. I understand why you kept it all these years." She stood there for a long time, the wind rustling the trees around her. She thought about how life was full of moments that defined us, even the painful ones. As she turned to leave, Emma felt a strange sense of peace. The photograph wasn't just a memory, it was a testament to a love that, though brief, had been deeply cherished. Back at home, Emma placed the photograph on her desk. She decided not to hide it away in the attic again. It deserved to be seen, a reminder that love, no matter how fleeting, leaves an indelible mark on our lives.